Okay, 8 minutes, that's probably enough. Just turn this music down before doing anything. OBS tells me that's a half decent volume. I think, maybe. Who knows. You just know. And hopefully you'll tell me if it is bad. Until we go to this. Hello! I finally bothered to set up my lighting and stuff, and It's alright. I'm kind of okay with this setup. Not 100% in love with it, but it's good for now. It's good for something. Sound is good? Yeah. Excellent. Hello, welcome in. This is the point where I have to talk about what I've done this weekend. It's not much. Again, work that happened. I had the parents over about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. They had procured a very lovely caramel shortbread, and it saved me a bit. Barely. I think they were on the verge of eating it themselves. It was salted caramel. It was really good. Then I had a poke at my plumbing, because the tap at the back that the hose is attached to kind of just gives out a trickle. And so they decided, we've dealt with this before, we can have a look at it. The problem is there's one valve switch type thing that will control the tap, or the flow to the tap, and it does not want to budge. And I'm not willing to fuck with it beyond that, so that's how that's staying. Catching up on chat. Wesker, the first game. It's an icky face. Yes, it's my face. Hello. Hello, my face to your face. You're so high and that's your face in full screen like Holly from Red Dwarf. Alright, dudes. Yes, salted caramel, very good. Poke Plum. No, no Poke Plum. I've told the story before, but excuse me. But there's this other story that's not entirely consisting of a burp. When I first moved in, like moving in day, piling stuff into the house, and there was a washing machine getting fitted, which my dad and my friend decided to have a look at. So they were looking around at the plumbing underneath the sink, and they went to fiddle with something, which then came out in their hands and refused to go back in. So I come in, and by this point the kitchen's already pissed itself and had to get an emergency plumber in. Most of me was just thinking, oh, I don't get to move into my shiny new house tonight if all the water has to be shut off. And we even had to, you know, that's how I met my neighbour on the other side, because it's a semi-detached house. So he's on the other side, and we had to say to him, do you know where the water valve is in this house? We don't know what we're doing. We just got here. So that was fun. Anyway, back to this week. Or this past week, rather. Played more Catgam with my friend, and it's still Catgam, and I still like it. No spoilers, mind. No spoilers for me. I've not finished it yet, and I've kept away from spoilers this whole time. But I feel like the game is moving us towards a sad end. Just a feeling I've got. Like, don't spoil it either way for me, but it just kind of feels that way. But we'll still have the good cat times. When we were a kitty pianist or did kitty science. I really hope the game climaxes with the cat just getting to knock something off a ledge. You know nothing about the game. There is kitty science, as you describe, in the game. I point over there because that's where my chat is. I am trying it out on having a tablet down here with the chat on it as well. Problem being, I'm probably going to need glasses to read it, because I was about to say I can't adjust the font, but in fairness, I've not tried. So that would maybe be my first port of call. If someone happens to know, can you adjust font size on Android, feel free to pipe up. No, just choice of dark. System? No, that's just legal crap and credits. If there is a setting to increase the font size, I've got absolutely no idea where it would be. Get chat back up. Now everything everyone has said is gone. No idea here either. Or maybe I just have to do the Android system-wide font size increase. Which would not be the worst shout, actually, because my eyesight's not that great. Knocking stuff on ledges does feature prominently in the game. You are not wrong. Jeez. Somehow I am too warm. If you'll excuse me 1 second. I must disrobe slightly. Because it has gotten cold enough for us recently that I have even remotely considered jumpers and hoodies and such. Which is most unusual. At least it is recently. That said, it's a lot easier to pick me out from the chair. There's one thing that annoys me about this lighting setup, because the back of the chair is just completely dark, basically. Like, there's a little change in the headrest to the back of the chair, but that's kind of it. Also, I don't know what's reflecting off of that poster there. Not sure what light source that is. There's also very bright highlight here. Oh yes, light disrobing. Yeah. That's what we all come here for. Just that little hint of collarbone. I'm well known for it around this here Twitch place. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I did this week what is worth talking about. So, apart from that, I suppose a bit of housekeeping, which would include the fact that I had a redeem where if you spent a certain number of bits, it would play a certain video clip. I've just moved that into a channel point redeem now because only one person has ever tried to set it off and it didn't fucking work and I had to show it manually. So, might prove how popular that would be. So I just disabled that and made it a regular channel point redeem. There'll be hot tub streams next. Oh, how many hot tubs must they sell in Scotland? I was about to say it can't be many, but no, it's a source of heat and it lets you stay outside. Maybe they are actually quite popular. I don't know. I've never seen one out in the wild, I don't think. But, not for me, thank you. I was going to say something else. No, that's all I can remember. So, oh, tell a lie, there is another channel point redeem on top of that one, but you can have a look and see it for yourself. There's two, actually. I set up two. I was busy last night, apparently. By God, I didn't even remember. So yeah, that's all the interesting stuff from my life. How are yous? What have yous been up to? Why is there an ad? Yeah, that ad situation has remained as is for the moment. I didn't manage to get everything done, but I did do some things. And that was one of them. I'll fire up the game whilst... at least the ad is for DBD.
This guy is unfucking believable.
There it is. You do like a hot tub. In fact, that is something I can do. Sorry, the game's on in the background, just making noise. Iki, Sawa. I've not said hello to everyone yet. Hello, Papaya Chemist. Hello, Pixie Coo. Hello, Pickledy Dog. Hello, Jailer Dark. And hello, Wilka Web. Good to see yous all, and of course, hello, Sawa. Here's for Genshin Impact. Oh, the advert, right. But admittedly, some rad music. A very purple ad for Sentry. Well, I approve from a branding perspective, but... Quick search gives a fair amount of hot tub places around Edinburgh and Glasgow. As in, you can go there and sit in a hot tub, or they sell hot tubs. Thought it was part of the stream for a second. Of course, free ads play when you say something. Oh, of course. Audible, of course. Adrenaline and Beast Movie. Hot Tub Supercenter, places to purchase. I see. So, yeah. Either there's a market for it or a bunch of different businesses made a very huge mistake. Big assumption. It's a face, finally. Yes, I finally set up my lighting. Not 100% in love with it, but it'll do. To the point where I'm so dedicated to the bit, I never even turned my goddamn ring light on. So that will explain how it's been looking for a good portion of the stream. But yeah, my face. Is this meant to signify something? I've seen other people do it and I've just regurgitated it uncritically. Bright. I feel like it's roughly the right skin tone. Well, hold on. We can judge this. That looks white to me, which implies the color correction is reasonably accurate. It's a lovely face. It's always great to hear from you. No you. No you, Sarah. Okay, it can be both of us. Thank you. How am I doing? Pretty good. I'm Papaya YouTube. Nah. Too many compliments. I don't know how to respond. And yes, I will revert to a 12-year-old when this sort of thing comes up. Actually, no, that's more like 7-year-old. Giving myself a bit too much credit there. Beards are great. I don't know if I feel like my beard looks great, although thank you, or if I just really don't like how I look unshaven anymore. And I was unshaven for so long. Yeah, if you weren't acting like a 12-year-old, you'd be obnoxious. Oh, if I were acting like a 12-year-old, I can read like a 7-year-old. And again, I was going to say something that's gone right out of my head. Oh well. Oh, of course they made his emote spin. Does it have the name I think it does? No, it does not. It is the good name, and I should leave it at that. Oh, you asked me how I was doing. I'm good. Parents were over for a little bit to drop off some caramel shortbread. That was great. Before that, I was napping, so I was a bit nap drunk talking to them, but otherwise, I am well. What flavour I got is, as usual, the vanilla. Caramel shortbread, no less. Although shortbread is involved, and it is very good. Anyway, there's a gam. That is the gam. And we'll see. I feel like this has moved slightly. But anytime I try to adjust the webcam, it seems to go horribly wrong. That'll do. Did someone say cake? Short cake, no less. There we go. And I've completely forgot what I was saying beforehand. Hey, BTR, welcome in. Indeed. Happy birthday, Nick. In fact, which emote was it? Am I a bit crazy with making Nightbot responses to everything? So... is it this one? There it is, yep. Okay. Game volume is a little low. And compared to my voice, that... yeah, so I'll put it down again a little bit. Yeah. Can I make the programming languages go away until tomorrow? I can do that for the next few hours. I'm happy to provide that service because, God, we need to get away from them sometimes. Yep. If the game's not in focus, then how the hell did I set off the Steam overlay? Right, there we go. I has control. And I can prove I has controller. It's on the GameCube controller. I guess the justification would be because this game remake originally came out on the GameCube, and therefore GameCube controller is appropriate. Honestly, I just quite like the GameCube controller. Now, I'm trying to figure out what's up with this, cause there we go. That's the thing I was looking to avoid. If it is indeed visible, yeah. So there's a hole to my left here, and there's a hole in front of me, and both of them do bad things. I wish they didn't. Tell you what, let's just reload that save, because if there's another box around, I don't know where it is. So I'm probably gonna get hit by one of those hentais. Yeah, wave at bird, indeed. The door sounds, the GameCube controller. It's cursed, but in a good way. That in response to what you were talking about, or in response to the hentai? Much like cats, GameCube controller has good beans. It does, especially this layout of buttons. I think suits me better than the square or the diamond rather that you get on other controllers. Because your thumb's right there, right? So if you want to hit that button, you just press it straight down. Just a little nudge to the left for that one, and a little nudge to the right for that one. And I spent so long talking that an alarm has gone off, which tells me I need to go and check on an eBay auction, but apparently I fucked up the timing entirely and missed it. So, that's the end of that story. That's so weird. I could have sworn I set the timer correctly. But the timer doesn't update on the page, so guess what happened was I was looking at the page, set the timer based on that, not realising I hadn't refreshed it in a while. Anyway, what's everyone saying? Plus, in response to the GameCube controller, let's see. GC controller had really good design, I agree. Comfy triggers. Yeah, I prefer the triggers that go straight in rather than sort of curve a bit. I always feel like I have to adjust my hands around those ones. Plain Soul Calibur, some version on a GameCube controller was glorious. Ah. And have I forgotten something? I have. One, I haven't put away the ink ribbons. Two, there's another item that I need to pick up. And I shall do that now. Or if I get attacked again, I'll just say to hell with it and reload the save. Once on the way through this thing. I don't know what you're meant to do there. Well, we can experiment. We can get ourselves killed, because I've just put myself in the firing line again. Nope, that's it. All done. I can't stand the GameCube controller, but it's probably because you just haven't gotten used to it yet. I mean, in the current year argument of our Lord 2022, that's very late in the game to get used to it. Although it is handy to have for the Wii U as well. Haven't quite got it to behave itself in terms of being able to just straight up play a GameCube game on the Wii U without playing it on the big ass gamepad. But, you know, there's progress. And playing it on the big ass gamepad is not the worst experience. And I also want that thing. If anyone knows how to deal with the floor hentai, then do let me know. I could use a hint on that one. And I've got absolutely no idea how I dealt with it last time round. Need more hands. Play enough games on it to really get to grips with it. Hey. No pun intended. I don't believe you. And there's bastards. I wonder if they'll drop once I do this. I will admit, I got this from a Let's Play someone did, which I only looked up because because I was looking to see how long I've got left to play through this. We appear to be about halfway, and there's about 2 hours left. You tested some GC games professionally in addition to many hours spent for leisure. Oh. The twisted and sordid past of Wilke Webb. Where does this lead to again? You will not Google how to get rid of floor hentai. Yeah, fair. So, yeah, this just leads to the Sharky bit we did. Testing was how you got used to the Xbox 360 controller. Hated it at first too, but now it's your go-to for PC gaming. I'm very much liking the 8-bit Do Pro 2, I think it's called. It does have these kind of triggers that they don't seem to bother me so much. I think it's because they've got this sort of is it concave or convex? The dip. They've got a dip there that you can actually hold on to with your hands. Annoyingly, there's a problem where I would keep disconnecting, which I think is down to this switch here being quite sensitive. I have heard of people just straight up sticking a lump of blue tack on that to stop it moving. And that switch is to change modes. So there's two PC ones, X input and direct input. And if there's any sign of which one is which, I cannot see it. Oh, there we go. And then I think apart from that, it's Switch and Android that it supports. But very good D-pad on that one, I think. Which is honestly my main gripe with the 360 controller. It's just... that D-pad's not great. And there's a WikiHow page for getting rid of it. What, that Switch? Or the D-pad? Tested Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash, Pikmin 2 and something else you're probably forgetting right now. Had to get used to holding two controllers at the same time to efficiently test some multiplayer stuff. Isn't that the way? Okay, this is the room I'm meant to be in. Concave bends inward like a cave, convex bends outward. Good way of remembering it. Thank you, Papaya. 360 D-pad is poopy, X-Bone D-pad is the sweet spot. If I have used one of those controllers, it has not been for very long. Of course, I would like to try one before committing to a purchase, because as an official controller, it is on the expensive side. Now, which residence key did I get? 3! Oh, hello. There it is. And there it goes. Apparently you can push the crate on top of the small hole and climb over. That might avoid the other hentai, indeed. Then just avoid big hole. Don't have a problem with the 360 D-pad, but your partner would agree with me. He hates it. Always knew he was a man of taste. Put it back to water, pull out the plug. What happened? What happened? There's something in the bathtub. It's a niff. Aye, has a niff. Roots of some plant, some kind of giant plant, are sticking out of the wall. Delightful. Tap for the wash basin doesn't seem to be working. Could it be all the plant? It has to have some taste since it's with her. Very true. Very true. And tolerance. I mean, an appreciation for puns. I'm kidding. I'm not immune to the old punnage. Aha! I need to go and fetch a red book. Someone set up as the bathtub. We get signal? What? Lies. This is you reaping what you sowed, Papaya. You give compliments, you get compliments. Partners learn to tune it out most of the time, so do kids. Interesting. Do pets? Probably doesn't come up very often, and if it does annoy the pets, they're probably not going to be that vocal about it. Or not coherently vocal. they might go ang and express their displeasure. Anyway, now that I've filled my lungs with vapour, perfect time to read something out. Lurky flops time, nice and cozy like. Well, I will say you, believe it or not, have a variety of lurk commands to choose from. I updated those as well at some point, I can't remember when. Organic chemistry lab experiment. Similarities in the cellular characteristics of the rapidly growing plant infected by the tyrant virus. That's a long sentence. Yeah, there it is. Have been reported in previous papers. However, while repeating these experiments, an interesting new fact became clear. We learned that a chemical in the UMB family, number 20, contains a compound that is toxic to the cells of the plant. We have given UMB number 20 a new name, V-Jolt. If calculations prove correct, when V-Jolt is applied directly to the root of the plant, the entire plant should be dead within 5 seconds. The V-Jolt can be made by simply mixing the VP and UMB chemicals in a specific ratio. However, extra care must be taken when handling these UMB chemicals. They have been known to generate toxic gases if mishandled. The characteristics of each UMB chemical are as follows. Blah 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 blah. Time to screenshot. Damn it, I meant to do the Windows Shift S thing and then remembered that the game suppresses any press of the start button for some reason. So I should go back and get the red book out my inventory. View is blocked by dense thicket of trees. Type plant is crushing the wall. A swarm of angry moths surround you. Fucking hell. An old-fashioned but high-quality bed. Well, if I'm going back to item land anyway. So I believe that leaves 2 doors in the area. Might as well see if this one will open. Yeah, I've got room for this. Don't think I have any green herbs to combine it with, but blocked from the other side. Aha! So I believe I'll only need the red book when I want to go into that room, which by the look of it may be plenty. Ink ribbon brand, ink ribbon for typewriter brand typewriters. Between the borders, welcome in. Thank you very much for the sub. It's Wednesday already? That it is. The day of hub. Lock mechanism for the door. Let's try it. Well, I'm out of ideas. In that case, I don't even know how long the code is meant to be. Oh. So we'll pick a number for each of these. Intriguing, but where do numbers come into? I remember those symbols from the lamps that were in the sort of bar area. But I don't remember any numbers being associated with them. Hello world. Excellent use of emote, thank you. Hit the button too much and now we're ads. Damn it. Okay, so there's a strategy to try and implement. Because, alas, floor hentai is still a thing. I mean, I can't think of another name for what to call it, so we'll just have to go with that. So, let me scroll back. come on, it's around here somewhere. Apparently just push the crate on top of the small hole and then climb over. Then avoid big hole. Ah, climb in the small crate when it's on small hole. Hop down onto the big crate. Go down.
That doesn't work.
It apparently does not. You ads for foot enlargement. What? What? And that's it. Climb on the small crate when it's on small hole. I mean, I don't know which one's the small hole in this situation. Because they both look sizable enough to me. What indeed? Yep, those both seem like sizable holes. In fact, small plan. I can get this close enough to the point where I can still climb on that, so a bit further. That might be my way around this. For I have 2 holes to worry about. I swear to God I'm not trying to bait anything to end up in the quote bot. Other players recommend run and start waggling. Oh! Oh! There's a small crate on this side. So what you do is run in here. Apparently I had the brightness up the first time I played this. And then hopefully... Nope. So I think the box needs to go over that hole that keeps attacking me. That's what we need to do. Because there's a way back from the other side. Thank you for the quote between the borders. I don't know which one's the small hole in the situation, they both seem sizable to me. And thank you for the quote. It's cursedness. Welcome in. Dude. And BTR as well. BTR twice, in fact. Oh, we are on our bullshit today. I love it. Oh, so combine use, and then we have mixed herbs. Front book. Okay, I can't stand these ink ribbons not being combined, so that needs to happen. So I'll take that out because you can Sokoban the shit out of this boy. Indeed. Indeed I will. Oh hey, we got to quote 100. And in very meta fashion it's, I swear I'm not trying to bait something to end up in the quote bot. Which I was not. Oh no, I can't combine those two. Right, so that one might as well be blue. And frankly I might as well use it because dying a bit. Just a little bit of dying is what I'm doing there. Okay, so I'm going to dump those herbs off. I'm going to nip over into the bar area to find out if there's any numbers associated with those lamps that had the symbols on it. Because those symbols came up on the door lock, and I would like to know the numbers, please. Right. Weirdly appropriate quote to be number 100. I thought so too, yeah. Okay, so wonder if whilst pushing the crate I won't get hentied. Feels like a big ask, to be honest. Oh no, looks like I'm gonna get hentied twice. Good hustle, Icky Chat. Good hustle indeed. Hey, didn't set off the second one. Excellent. Now, maybe they thought, you know, one grabby was enough. Oh no. Don't tell me I've pushed it too far and now I can't get round the back. do this all again. I'm gonna have to start again. Okay. Hopefully we can go for a wee reset. Because that would be easier than pushing it all the way to the end of the corridor. And all the bloody way back again. Thank you for the quote, Wilka Web. This is why Realtor.com has a no hentai floors filter now. So that's interesting. Normally it'll leave the crate wherever you put it. But if you leave it in a place where it might get stuck, it resets it. Either that or the tentacles were moving it without my knowledge. Well, there we go. We have a solution at last, although frankly we lost a fair bit of health doing it. I don't think there'll be any spiders left in this area, but just warning you now. There may be spiders. I don't even know why I was saying that I was a fucking wizard. Aside from, you know, the obvious. Think I could grow this beard without the power of magic on my side? I could. It's a beard. They're not special in that regard. So, red. It's got the eye with 2 wings on it. I don't see a number associated with this. Common beer plus 05. How very dare. This is a 0.6 if it's a day. Yes, the partition is decorated with dishes, isn't it? Why is that, I wonder? Oh, piss. Yeah, pin-up poster and a whole ass poster for an arm wrestling tournament. These employees have nothing to do. Is that me making that? Might be something in here with us. Alright, so if anyone can decipher a number from this, aside from the number of lines coming out. Because we had to light some of these. And that feels like a clue. Ah. Beard plus. Common beard 1.5. That's more like it. Green is the number. Oh, well, thank God you were here, Wilka Web. I can confidently say I would never have got that. Okay, so the red one was the eye. It had 2 wings coming out the side. What are the billiard balls? Serious, green and orange. That's a thought. Because the game did sort of direct us towards those. I was never entirely sure if it was being serious. Might be wrong, but it is worth a shot. So our colours are red, orange and green, I believe. Yep. So red 3, orange 5, green 6. Check out those balls! Oh. Barely beat you to it, thank you. And that spider can just stay right the fuck where they are, because I'm not wasting ammo on it if it's not going to come out and play. And if it is going to come out and play, I'll run. Just like the food colouring in Mountain Dew. Or indeed grog. Well, no, it's red dye number 2 in grog. What am I saying? Let's see. Between the borders says redeemed. Pronounce a word. Colors. At least that's how it's spelled. Of course, it'll turn out. That's exactly the room where we mix up the vigil. And then we'll have to go back and get the room. Actually, no, we've got a big long trek to do before that becomes useful. Use it. So this one was red. And that turned out to be 3. And this one was orange, so it turned out to be 5. And that leaves 6. Hot damn! Local Web to the rescue. Thank you very much, sir. You weren't even thinking about alternative US spellings. I will give you one thing. I do prefer the Z instead of the S in certain words, like optimize. I don't like our spelling of it. It looks like optimize. Go balls. Team balls. Nope, nope. Immediate regret. Abort. Thankfully it didn't show up on camera, but I do in fact have toothpaste on this shirt. It does. It looks like it should be pronounced optimize. And aside from just being more efficient, we do tend to sell Tim Hortons' most famous product as Dug Nuts. Just saying. Optimize is the optimal spelling. Didn't even know about the S. Yep. Z and S do get swapped over a fair bit. There's something on the wall. It is startlingly obvious equations, although it may provide less answers and more routine. What's the word I'm looking for? Steps. Maybe it might be steps. What we need to follow. Nothing. Okay, so bottle of empty, and hopefully I will have room for this. One thing I can do is go back and check me other screenshot. Wait, I had 2 of these open. What? God damn it, show me both of the things I copied. I screenshotted them for a reason. Yeah, piss, I've lost one now. Okay. Guess I'll dig it out of the files. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. So I will once again. Shit, it just replaces whatever's there. I don't want it to do that. I want them both open at the same time. Gosh dang it. Right, give it here. I may of course have to go and drop some items, or I could just use one. That'll free up some space. Yeah, being number 3. You blame the Germans. Although you did have a really terrible pun, which you will of course share. Of course. Is the word Huns involved? I licked all the chemicals. Oh, they're yours then. I see. I got the water. Upper memory plot chemicals. Indeed, what else could it be? I do need a container to put it in. So I have bottle and I have water. I forget how water helps us in this scenario. Right, so I have 6 and I have 3. Tell you what, if we try mixing these two, then we'll be in for a bad time because it doesn't fucking work. More bottles. How the fuck am I meant to do any of this? combine these. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I don't know what one is meant to be. I thought it might be water, but... oh, apparently it is. So, yeah, okay. Alright, next step. Was it 6? Because that's all I got. Yep. That leaves us with... Umbna 10. That's 1 plus 6. It does literally tell you how to do it, doesn't it? It's weird. Not the kind of big brain stuff you expect from Resident Evil now, is it? It's exactly the kind of big brain stuff you expect out of Resident Evil. 17, and just to double check that it's the final step, 17 plus 3. There we go. Ta-da! Distinctly brown liquid. Now, if I remember correctly, this is not the item where I need to walk everywhere to avoid killing myself. Or to avoid exploding, I should say. It's nitroglycerin, I believe. Or any of the chemicals salted caramel involved. I mean, that would make me want to eat the chemicals in question. So, hopefully not. Okay, so we all know there was some unpleasantness between the Crown and the colonies, but what gets overlooked is the strategic resource shortfalls that resulted from trade problems. The Crown had a shortage of some vowel sounds, while the colonies had fewer soft consonants. As a power play, they started jamming letters everywhere for conspicuous consumption, thus the pronunciations of Lieutenant and Colonel. I'm sorry, we moved chemicals to the UMB? That's going to free up some conventional memory.
This guy is unfucking believable.
Which guy in particular, I might ask? I didn't see who set that off, but chat scrolled up a bit. Explosions and fire has tasted all the salts to see which one is the tastiest. Unfortunately, they died. There were a bunch of words that got shortened by Webster for his dictionary, and a big reason behind it was cheaper to print short words. Or match the sounds better. Yes, thank you for the redeem, El Pinata. No, it's not that way. It's further along here what we have to go. So if our synthesis goes wrong, it's because QEMM crashed again. God damn it, I wanted to hear that. Ads. Good new redeem? I do like it. Same fucking ads. Yay. Okay, so I looked into this and there is some kind of greater revenue percentage involved in the amount of ads there are, which does result in 3 per hour. Feels like a bit much. I'm gonna run it that way, see how it goes, and then reevaluate for next month. Is how that's gonna go. So it will be in place for the foreseeable, and then I'll judge it from there.
This guy is unfucking believable.
There it is. Now, I believe where we want to go is here. Amazon Prime lets you give free monies every month. And should you wish to spend them here, I am extremely appreciative. Which you literally were 21 minutes ago, now that I take a second glance at the activity feed there. Thank you very much. You have an abundance of points you can redeem. And I have got fucking hunters for your channel as well, El Piña. Because for a long time you didn't really have anything to redeem. Just like the standards, unlock an emote, and on second thoughts I'll go the long way round. Flappy shark, fucking shark, Christ a shark, I have shot myself.
That doesn't work.
It looks like it's working okay. It's just a bit floppy. Just a little bit floppy. Incidentally, Amazon started telling me to stop buying stuff, which is sad. They're great storage containers. The cats really appreciate them. So, just deployed the world's strongest weed killer. Seems to have worked. Probably don't need the bottle anymore. Throw it away? Yeah. Threw all of them away, in fact. Select the control button for the water tank, but it's broken and can't be used. Well, it's not really a water tank anymore, so yeah, fair play. Thank you for the quote, Nick. Hi there, ceiling hentai. Oh man, we are on our bullshit and I love it. The funny thing is, I was watching a streamer. In fact, I'll just go ahead and shout them out because I don't believe I've had cause to do so before. Oh no, I have. They raided me once. I was watching Zion Wheel playing something. Arkham Knight, in fact.
Alright, I'll wait for you.
That's not how that's meant to work. That would be me. That would be me fucking around with that earlier.
I mean, if you could pull that move off, what the fuck are you doing in a terrorist cell?
See, that's curious. There seems to be a timing issue. Because
it goes out the front, it's dead anyway.
How this works is I change a bit of text in a HTML file, and that's how the clip gets played. And I look at the file, and it's been updated with the right name. So if I do that again...
Oh, right.
There we go.
Losing my goddamn mind today. No more butterflies, please, never again. So dumb. Just so dumb. I'm entirely putting this on, by the way. The stream has been fantastic, and it will not be anything other than fantastic. But my god! Those butterflies! Whew!
Smoking it over a bit. Okay, so redemptions have echo. They're being captured twice somehow. That's curious. That is very curious indeed. So for a little bit of a test there. Okay, hold off a second. Set that to that, and I'll just set one off myself. Give me a second.
My father will have you saddled and ridden to Siberia, you rude fucking pie.
Okay, so did that one echo for you? Isn't it spooky when a computer program repairs an issue correctly? Yeah, you'd far rather it stay broken most times. Yes, because computers have an idea of what's gone wrong, which is not always accurate.
What is glass but tortured sand?
Okay, that one might still echo, but I made a change that should mean this doesn't.
My father will have you saddled and ridden to Siberia, you rude fucking pie.
So, what do you reckon? Is that still echoing? Because I've changed the rude one to possibly do the not echo thing, but I would have to change it for all of them. You had a bad computer day. Print server stopped responding after all sorts of network and printing troubleshooting. Turns out the computer had a hardware failure. Bleh. Root didn't have any echo. Root is not echoing. Root is good. They seem fine now. Okay, so there is a change I need to make to a bunch of things. Come to think of it, how long are we in? An hour, that'd be perfect. So, if I can find a place that doesn't have obvious music, because I'll start it. Oh. I went the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to find a place that has less music. And then go for a couple minutes break. And I'll fix the rest of those redeems. And Jill will continue to stand dramatically. Anyway, the point of shouting out Zion Wheel was I was watching his stream just before this one. Because I want to see what other people think of Arkham Knight. And frankly, I sometimes get the temptation to go back to that game. I really enjoyed it. But the point was, my parents were over at this point because they were delivering the caramel shortbread, and they looked at it and said to me, "Is this what you're doing tonight?" And it's like, yeah, pretty much. Play a game, talk to people. I'm glad it was not this stream they were watching and seeing what kind of shit was getting added to the quote bot. It's only a pie, but it's still dead hardware, and plus pies are, you know, the prices for those are going through the roof, aren't they? Yeah. Rimpy Dimpy for the the pie, which I don't know if anyone will have seen the same source for Rimpy Dimpy that I do, but just rest assured it means rest in peace. Yeah, pies are unobtainium now, alas. Okay, so gonna have a few minutes of break. I will fix all these redeems. I will get something to cool myself down, frankly. There's too many lights on, it's making too many heat. I am not used to this. So, have a wee stretch in your neck and your shoulders and your arms and your back and maybe your legs as well. Get a drink, get a snack, take care of your meds if you've not taken those already. Gotta stay on top of that, because you deserve to have that health and happiness that those will bring. And yeah, I enjoy some clips. I'll see you in a few. Okay, hold off a second. Set that to that, and I'll just set one off myself. Give me a second.
My father will have you saddled and ridden to Siberia, you rude fucking pies.
Okay, so did that one echo for you? Isn't it spooky when a computer program?
So glad they picked this angle for the animation. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Groovy.
Yep.
Let's.
Welcome aboard, and happy birthday. Poop the balloon. Poop the balloon. Can I come up with— oh fucking hell. Of all the jump scares to actually get me, it was a fucking balloon bursting. And I did it. I played myself.
Yes, hello, friend. What? Oh, took my toy. Oh no! It's exactly what he's like. Oh, I take it. No, take it back. Take it back.
Okay, hun. Oh, she not. She not at all.
Leon, please, escape.
I'm not Leon. You know what? It doesn't matter. You're dying. You won't remember this.
I know.
I can.
I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
Off Google. Missed. So I believe there's one more zombie in my path. Yep. She got confused because the head crab jumped in her way. So, pathfinding no understand. There's something in my way. I turn up.
Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere now. Let's try that. Oh my god, where did we end up?
Changing up difficulty. Terminator. Yes, that's what I thought. Puppy! How do I pet? Oh, angry puppy. Nick will be happy that there's more 4. Indeed he will. We'll have to remind him about that. In fact, do it multiple times because, I mean, what if he forgets? We can't take that risk. Cue you clipping this so that I get the blame when this event inevitably comes up. It's alright, I'll wait for yous. What the fuck? I mean, if you can pull that move off, what the fuck are you doing in a terrorist cell? If he goes out the front, he's dead anyway. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Also, people can tell you to get in the fucking sea and you can just answer, okay. I did not expect this thing to hop like a mad bastard. Oh, that was unexpected. Maybe it'll eventually make its way up there, who knows? Dance, little siege machine, dance. Everybody dance now. Bow, 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 bow. Copyright strike. There we go. Did we get puppy? Was roll for puppy successful? And yeah, that was a bad echo. What had happened there was all the clips were set to monitor and output in OBS. So that'll be why they would play twice. Angie puppy only. I see. So the Titanfall 2 puppy. Still a puppy. So 2 things. One, I have figured out a cunning plan for the problem of excess heat. Alcohol. And got myself a little Bakewell as a snack as well. And yeah, anyone who was watching during Resident Evil 4 will know exactly how this is going to go. Anyway. Let's find a way out of here. There we go. Ah, boy, yeah. Oh. Problem favorable. This looks like an old necklace. Not over. That could be perfectly understandable. I love flashing in this thing, it's such a light. Would you go and make yourself a chill sandwich? So I'm not trying not to spray this entire Bakewell over my microphone, you know. And believe me, if suplexes were an option El Piñata, I would be implementing them without question or mercy. No plosives or sibilants at all. Okay. So today marks the first time we get through this particular area without taking any damage. by doing, gasp, what we were supposed to. I'll be picking that big well out of my teeth for an hour now, but it was worth it. Well, let's make some more mixed herbs. And I am also going to save, but can do that first because I don't want to run away without the unprinted book if I need to reload. Oh, no, that's not how you do it at all. There we go. No. Once was enough. Hoot hoot, do you need to hear that again? Get the fuck out of here, you little owl shit. Oh no, that's the wrong way. That is the incorrect. Until once again sits down to type out an entire novel, consuming an entire ribbon. Look, they're just old ribbons, they're a bit dried out, you know? Are there settings on the pop filter for K-pop or J-pop, or does it block anything that was ever on Wow, That's Music or Jock Jams? It's pretty much New Kids on the Block, plus I think one of their New Kids on the Backstreet Boys. Which, considering the name of that group was NKOTBSB, the only logical way of expanding that is New Kids on the Backstreet Boys. It's just science. Is that an international thing, or did the US manage to contain the suck? What of NKOTB? Bindings of the book seem to form some kind of pattern. It's a woman. In fact, I've just realised that is a nip. Which is fine. I think we'll get away with it. Wow, that's advertisements. We did have Now That's What I Call Music, which was, basically whatever had been in the charts that year. Ah, get wrecked, ya planty fuck. Oh, get wrecked me. Shit. Oh, hey Barry.
What the hell is this thing?
Are you gonna be useful? Barry. I would like you to be useful. Okay, maybe be careful with the flamethrower a little bit. There's two of us in here. Okay, a bit toasty. A little bit toasty. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you may have spotted that you might potentially be able to get into this room before having poisoned the entire plant. Secret hentai cutscene, indeed.
I thought it was finished.
Yeah.
That's maybe what you were thinking of. Ah, okay. Maybe it was the same thing on both sides.
That was close. Thanks again.
Don't mention it.
Please.
What
I don't
was
want to
that?
talk about this ever.
What the hell's going on in this place?
I have extensive files on this, Barry. Go read them far away. Rizalka, hello. Thank you very much for the sub. Welcome in. Good time zone to you. Your every break is for Central California community colleges. A 4. Now that's alliteration. Sadly, she is never finished. Almost a grilled Jill sandwich. A Jill panini, perhaps. A Jill toasty. So it's something I was going to go back and look at. Oh yeah, the F for the Pi 3. I've never had to set up a print server, I don't think. The Pi 3 I've got, I think it's the Pi 3 anyway. It looks like the right case. Mine is working quite well as network assisted storage, oddly enough. I say working well, it's only me it has to serve, so that might have something to do with it. Is this the helmet key? Also, has someone been stabbed with it? Someone has definitely been stabbed with this key. Helmet! Helmet, sir! A Jill focaccia. Right, so Barry's no talking. There is an upstairs. I don't think there'll actually be anything in here. Maybe this was meant to be part of a fight we had with this thing. Yep, must have been. There's fuck all going on in here otherwise. Yours is stuffed in an attic with RTL SDR on it, listening for radio signals. I did have a brief idea of setting the Raspberry Pi up as a temperature reporter, because a pressing issue in the past month or so has been, what is the difference between temperature inside and outside?
Wesker!
Hold that thought.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now
noticed
that
you weren't
mention
shooting
it,
at anything.
Yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
Oh. Is that what he was shooting? Or did I just step on cockroaches? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Should consider a Raspberry at some point, but Plex is doing the job of sharing media to your PC from your TV downstairs. Yeah, if it does the job, no to worry about. We never did find a battery for that elevator that's around the courtyard. Just to verify, a Pi with a bad SD will still flash the rainbow screen. I can't say for certain, but sounds plausible. That would make sense to me. I mean, my main problem with dealing with Raspberry Pis recently is that they were not responding to, well, anything that I tried. I actually just had to reinstall Open Media Vault on my Raspberry Pi. Hold that thought again. Oh, no. One shot was meant to knock you over. That's how this works. Okay, dog, we're just missing each other now. This is embarrassing. Fuck off. Fuck off. All because I wanted this one green herb, which I don't need to take right away. Excellent. Yeah, so battery for that. Yeah, I had to reinstall Open Media Vault because it was not responding on the web GUI. I had no way of SSHing into it, and plugging in to the HDMI brought up absolutely nothing. So I was very limited in what I was able to do. Apart from the fact that I probably just got poisoned. Apart from the fact that it was working 100% perfectly as network assisted storage. I just couldn't do anything additional to it. So naturally I reinstalled the whole bastard thing. I wonder if there's a way around those snakes. But yeah, recent problem has been Raspberry Pi's not responded in any way, shape or form. Although I did manage to get one to work again by completely blind commands. Just plugging in a keyboard, typing in the commands that should re-enable SSH because that fucked around with the firewall. And I got it to SSH again. I was happy with that. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here now. I am absolutely not above first aid spray if it'll cure my poison. It might not, but let's double check. Gives me health. Does not, unfortunately, restore my non-poison status. Okay, so what space do we have left? Grenade rounds, I'd rather not leave those behind. Okay, I'll just have to bear the other first aid kits and sprays in mind. Depends on which one. Free still shows the rainbow. I remember the free showing the rainbow, yeah. Oh, acid rounds. Well worth picking up.
Huh? What's the STARS radio doing here?
What indeed? Beep beep.
Let's hope the thing still works.
No activity light, no rainbow, no land light. I think it's bright. It does sound it. Doc misses you too. Oh no, now I feel bad for shooting it. For anyone else, Pi is 110% worth owning, if only for when one of us nerds asks you to Linux something. Puppy's antsy now. Yes. You learned Linux for your Pi 1. Oh god, that must have been a time, because that thing was like 800 megahertz or something. That was hard to do. But now you're pretty slick with a POSIX system. Excellent. Didn't Scott make you a Raspberry that had games on it last Christmas, or was that one of the things he was considering that he asked you about? He got me the keyboard Raspberry 4, so I've got one of those. They let you bring a little Linux into your heart and your home. He was here, yeah, he might be off playing with the puppy. Your Pi 1 is still functional, it's running your Pi hole and your VPN tunnel. Well, I should know this one. What is Pi hole again? Because that might be something I can do with my Pi 1. I've still got it in a drawer somewhere. And I'm forever trying to find something to do with these things. Like I was saying before, I was feeling a burning need for a temperature sensor outside so I could compare indoor and outdoor temperatures to let me know if it was safe to open the windows. God, that was loud. Goodbye. Pi-hole is a DNS caching filter as well as a configurable DHCP service. I see. I'm going to see if I can sneak back in there and then just get straight to the item box. Most common uses for network side ad block. I was quite disappointed actually. I've got a TP-Link router of some description, I don't remember the exact model, and I was unable to set it up so that I could network-wide block access to the Daily Mail website. I was disappointed. I don't know if I have acid rounds already. Looks like just regular ass grenade shells. Aha! I'll just have to take one of those mixed herbs now because they'll heal poison. 3 mixed herbs. I can go back and get at least 2 first aid sprays because I used one thinking it would be useful, but it was not. So hopefully I'll be alright just using the shotgun to get rid of these new boys what have shown up. I've forgotten the name of hunters, that's what they're called. Ad blocking safety is primary, but it's a great front end for DHCP configuration. I personally, unless Pi-hole just works a hell of a lot better than anything else I've tried, I find that it's just a bit easier to have the ad blocking stuff local. Doesn't mean you generally have to configure it per device, but
Reinforcements have arrived.
bloody hell. Kikoskia,
Probably
thank you
want
very
that
much.
one. Take the shot. We're going to. Let's
XCOM
end
as well,
this.
brilliant.
Cindy Pool, you've been around since pretty much near the beginning.
DD did bring friends,
I feel
thank
like
you.
it's worth it for you to fire this into the alien. In Cindy Pool we trust. Go for it. Lots of love, Cindy Pool. Dodge this.
Oh, bloody hell. There we
As you
go.
enter the chamber,
Nice
you
one.
see the alien brain.
Oh, how do it indeed. Welcome, Kikoskia and Raiders. And thank you, Dee for bringing them along. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Mickey Fu. I'm from Scotland, clearly. I play whatever the hell I want, really, but I'm generally found in the realms of retro for stuff like this. We're sort of making our way through the Resident Evil series, at least from 1 to 4. So we've done the originals 1 to 4, and now we're going through the remakes. With a GameCube controller on PC, because I could, frankly. Hope things are going well in Tespupihas. They're sort of going okay. What did I just get? We just got the helmet key. So there's a bunch of places we'll now be able to go after I run around and get to the right places. We are also about to walk out and face a hunter, so I'm actually going to save. But yes, thank you very much for the raise. Let me double check what you were actually playing. Wildermyth. How are you finding that one? That seemed like a very interesting game indeed. Just in terms of a narrative that develops based on actions and randomness. I've seen somebody else play it as well, but never quite pulled the trigger myself. But yeah, it looked great. How didst you get on? The remakes are now considered retro. I'm calling it retro from the perspective of when it first came out, like on the GameCube, hence the controller. It's a fun game. You just finished the last current pre-written campaign. His cursedness was indeed playing that. But yeah, interesting that the clip came up from Open XCOM there, because that's another thing I've streamed. Oh look, it's a bastard. I've been well. Why is there a stretching noise when you died? What were you stretching? Do I want to know what you were stretching? Okay, up here, what can we unlock? It looks like there's one back here. Remember the PS2 came out 20 years ago. Impossible! The 90s were 10 years ago! No, sadly they were not. Okay, helmet key applied. I have no recollection of what was in here. Okay. Well, this is a puzzle if ever I've seen one. Ooh, a thing. Oh no. Oh, I may have fucked this. Okay, not completely. Not completely. Oh dear. By some accounts, the 360 is retro. I mean, I don't know if there's an official guideline about it, but it came out too late in my life for me to consider it retro just yet. I'm not there. I can't do it. I can't make that connection in my head. See, what's curious is that kinda looks like it's a 3D model. Is it? That might be pre-rendered. Because if it wasn't pre-rendered, we would be able to move it, surely. Otherwise, why would you make it a 3D model rather than pre-render it? No, I think it's pre-rendered, so no, that's not going to come out. Garbage is only happy when it rains. was 28 years ago. You're gonna cry old man tears now. Well, cry a couple for me because I'm on stream at the moment. Hence I'm a bit busy to cry the manly tears that sentence definitely warrants. Yeah. If you recall, 97 is a classic car. Bloody hell. 360 is defo retro. Pets are still working launch day console. That's some dark wizardry, Rizalka. I don't know how you've managed that. Look at all those bump maps. Oh, don't you start. Okay, so run the heck away here. And then straight in here. And I'm guessing we need to get statue in there. So, it is my considered opinion that we do this. And this definitely won't result in me getting crushed or killed. Nothing like that at all. We'll get there eventually. There we go. I has a plan. And by a plan, I mean I saw somebody stream this a while ago and they did the entire thing. Anyway. So plan is thus. Shove-itty. 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 There we go. Hard part done. Oh no, hold on. Hey! What you got? A battery. That's less than I was hoping for, if I'm being honest. There's a hole at your feet. Can't see very far into it though. Go down. Yeet! What's this? Last book, volume 1. It's just in a hole. Okay. Okay, let's do some reading now. I mean, Microsoft did replace the video card for free several years ago, so they could have done something then to make sure the red ring never would occur. As I recall, the main problem with the 360 was essentially that it ended up running so hot that some of the chips would get a bit loose. Hence why if they were standing up, it was more likely to fail because the chip would just sort of come out the socket thanks to gravity. What happened to all the art in our estate? Installed it in crusher rooms. Seemed like a good idea at the time. I mean, wouldn't you install a crusher room if you could? And I've still not given up on the dream of having a bookcase where you pull a book and the whole thing opens. I haven't given up on that yet. Haven't implemented it or even planned it, but, you know, apart from that, walls must have been well oiled to be able to move that quietly. I mean, they sounded pretty grindy in my ears. Just trying to think of the design specs. Safety switches that prevent damaging a stone statue, but able to crush human bodies and shotguns. Who ordered this? And can we order more? Because clearly there's dark wizardry going into this. And inside the bookcase is a Christmas gift from you. Indeed there was. For those of you who don't know that story, the Rizalka came to stay with me to go to Adventure X 2019, I believe it was. So she was over for 2 weeks, just hung out for 1 week, went down to London for Adventure X, came back and hung out for another week. So Christmas rolls around, and she insists on having a wee call to unbox presents, which I thought, interesting. And then she basically said, go look behind the games in your bookcase. She had hidden my Christmas gift behind a stack of games in the bookcase since November. Just, the hat has to come off at that point. Frankly, I don't know how you're ever going to top that one, Rizalka. Anyway, I've put this reading off long enough. Well done indeed. Well, very well played. November 29th, 1967. I can't get out. I've tried every possible way to escape, but only to be faced with the reality that I'm trapped. I've been everywhere. The laboratory with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde and those dark, wet and eerie caves. What can I do? At first I don't want to believe my eyes, but that familiar high-heeled shoe in the corridor, it was like reflex. One name came to mind. Jessica. I don't want to believe they share the same fate as me. No, I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. She'll send it to jail up in Yatta and have them hide it in your house on a year she doesn't visit. You say that like it's not already a plan. I mean, obviously she wouldn't tell me the plan because that'll ruin the whole surprise, but I'm pretty sure that one's on the table, Local Web. November 30th, 1967. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for the past few days. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to die like this? I was too obsessed with designing this ghastly mansion. I should have known better. November 31st. There was a dark and damp underground tunnel and another dead end. But even in the darkness, something caught my eye. Carefully, I lit the last match I had to see what it was. A grave, but deeply engraved into the stone was my name. George Trevor. That instant it all became clear to me. Those bastards knew from the beginning that I'd die here and I fell right into their trap. But it's too late now. I'm losing it. Everything is becoming so far away. Jessica, Lisa, forgive me. Because of my ego, I got both of you involved in this whole damn conspiracy. Forgive me. May God justify my death in exchange for your safety. George Trevor. So that's the lad that designed the mansion. And knew his deed. That was last Christmas. They didn't hide it in this house. They brought it to the family Christmas last year. Yes. See, specs for the kill wall should have been a warning sign. Yes. You want me to build a what wall? So it just crushes everything. Oh, not statues. Right. Okay, so everything except statues. You have to understand, this is oddly specific. Like, you're envisioning a scenario where, sorry, a person with a shotgun starts moving a statue, and you want them to die, but the statue to be fine. Again, just circling back to my earlier point, oddly specific. But just randomly arriving at Christmas won't be this year. It's too fucking expensive. Surprise, unfortunately, isn't worth 5k in flights. Christ, is that how much they are? His name is engraved into a small gravestone. George Trevor. There's a switch. Press it. Don't tell me George Trevor died because he never hit that switch. Granted, he was apparently delirious by the time he found this gravestone, so maybe it wasn't as obvious as it should have been. Yep, sorry, it's spider time. Okay, I've got one shotgun left. Oh, yeah, we never had a look at this book, did we? Eagle of South, Wolf of North. Medal was hidden inside the book. Medal of Eagle. Nothing unusual. Found inside the last book, volume 1. Is there a special way to use it? I can think of a place it might go. Oh, no. Shotty gun time again. Ow. Did you poison me, you little shit? I swear to God, if you poison me, I will not be very surprised. But you didn't. Hooray! Okay, slightly lower on shotgun shells now. And now there's baby spiders. I didn't want that. I don't want the little spiders. 5k is the cheap flights, and each of those are 40 hours. Each of them are 40 hour plus. Holy shit. Oh, that's insane. Forgot my box for a second there. I will need to remember to come back here with lighter and lighter fuel. Stop it. Less of this. Stabbington. Okay, that's the end of it, surely. Yes, you're not auto-aiming towards them, so we're fine. He's redeemed hydrate and posture check and stretch. I will hydrate with water. Your parents wanted to fly you out to spend your 40th birthday with them, and they sent the airline ticket confirmation. Holy crap, air travel is expensive these days. Yeah. You think your absence from the internet that close to Christmas might be a giveaway that you're up to shenanigans. It might do. Water? What do you mean, water? Indeed. Yes. I'll take the dagger. Yeah, I will pick these up actually. The red herb that looks suspiciously orange right now.
Don't die.
Yes, sage advice indeed. Thinking maybe that clip could do with being turned up a little. In fact, I'm going to do it whilst I remember. I've already had fuckery with clips these days. These days? Today. What I meant to say. There we are. Ah yes, internet hugs and cookies are a good thing for all. I unlocked it. Oh, was this linked to the kitchen? It does! Yay! Oh, a bastard. Right, so what else is going on here? Just an elevator we can't use. We still have the helmet key. So I figure wonder about it. It is a table. Well spotted between the borders. Years ago we were playing Final Fantasy XI in the same room and had a macro system with a wait command. So you set up a 10-minute long conversation with guild chat while you made a sandwich just to be funny. Covering your tracks while travelling is half the fun. Ah. You're just getting all the shotgun, pal. That is what you get. And then you make that horrible stretching noise. Dear God, I need to find ammo. Okay. Or I'll probably switch out to the grenade launcher. It's the actual tactic. So clips done, and was like, oh, I haven't seen Dee Dee in a while. Hope she's okay. Well, there you are. Basic pattern recognition, that's me. I've been very busy with lots of streams in Mod 4 that's going at the same time. Here today because Kiko ended an hour early so you could aim the raid here and enjoy some zombie murdering. Well, I thank you very much for that, Dee Dee. Not only just being here yourself, but directing more people there. And just from your undying efforts in the moderation. I'm sure they are very greatly appreciated. They bloody better be appreciated. These good efforts. And if you have ever picked up the name Dee Dee the Bot Swatter, it is for a very good reason. Speaking of swatting, I think I shall go get ammo first before I open up a new door. That seems like the sensible option. Trying to work out where in the house it might be even funnier to hide a gift this year, but suspect I won't give you alone time in the house this time. You may be suspecting it. Honestly, I get a gift out of it, so I'm kind of easy. Even having a vote for doing it so often on one channel. Hell yeah! Recognition. And again, deservedly so. I can make another mixed herb. I'm gonna do exactly that thing. There we are. Put it with the other ones, nice and tidy. Yeah, I kind of have to switch around what I'm carrying here. Because these are not going to be a lot of use for very long. Nope. Don't do that. I would like to... let's go with acid shells, actually. Magnums for our last resort. Alright, I've got you speaking full Glasgow for 1 minute and all day so. Bot's been laying low lately. Just last email you got for Twitch, killing one you marked, was the 6th. They tend to find they come in waves. Okay. Because when I'm going for the moderator layout, some of the streams that I mod for, there's some that show up as you know, the account's suspended or deleted, and some of them are still apparently going. I figure that's got to be doing to which ones get reported and which ones don't. Alright, that's no the door I thought it was. Where'd I come from? Must have been this one, no? You listen to me go full Glasgow for the rest of your life, but there doesn't seem to be a reward for that. No, I can't say there is. In fact, I don't think anyone calls it a reward. I think they've got other words for it that are less than flattering, is how that usually goes. And yes, I am going all the bloody way back here, because I want to burn some bodies. Thankfully the hunters don't get back up. Which is the whole reason for burning the bodies in the first place, if you don't know. You'll shoot the zombies, they'll go down. But then they'll turn into what's called Crimson Heads, because they've got red bonces. And they'll come back even more angry than they were before. And it's a bad time to let that happen, especially bad to let two of them be in the same place. Unfortunately, I speak from experience. So back down here we go. Where are these bastards? There we are. I did not reverse in time. Nope, I'm not close to this one. Which one did I burn? Okay. No, I didn't burn the one I thought I did. Okay. Let's turn around and try this. Damn it! Did I didn't burn two at once, did I? That wouldn't make sense. Right, I'm literally standing in the guys. And that didn't work. It would appear that I have burned two of them in one go. Which, I didn't even know that was possible, frankly. Power supply for the elevator, main fuse is blown out, switch over. Am I about to electrocute myself? Let's find out. No, seems we're good. And it means I will be able to use that elevator. I don't think there's a lot of use to doing so, but your method is to always instantly ban the account and then report them so Twitch can remove it. And apparently you do it well enough that the response from Twitch went from maybe an hour later to maybe 1 minute later. I would not be surprised if they trust you as a source. Plus, surely to God those are the easiest reports to deal with. It's like, they said the phrase. They said the phrase of buy followers and blah blah blah. So, certainly that's an easy one to deal with, and seeing your name on the report that many times and with that many successes probably brings you to the front of the queue or some such. Good reason to try and down all the nasties in one spot. Yes, save the fire. Okay, so didn't really want to use a grenade there, but the alternative was not getting to all these herbs. I like herbs. You're doing me a heel. Also, I have no clue where I am, because I thought that elevator would take me back to the top of the stairs, at the top of the kitchen, but it appears to have taken me somewhere else entirely. It's like that great line in Futurama. I'll find Fry's coffin, get his corpse, and keep it under my mattress to remind me that he's really dead. That'll prove I'm not insane. Knob's broken, doesn't look like it'll open. Oriental scroll on the wall, but the picture on it is Western style. Shall we burn it? Not an option. Damn. Ah, there's the other bastard. Oh, wait. Nope, nope, stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay, guess I'm using a grenade. That boy got too close. Unfortunately, I cannot burn him. I do not have the tools. Oh, tasty ammo. Tasty ammo that doesn't take up any more inventory space. Yay! Gib. Okay. Ah, son of a fuck. Alright, I'm going to wander. Yes, goff damn you, auto carrot. Fire not have much effect on brick, as it turns out. Who knew? Don't have a way around this. This will take 6 maximum. Yeah. You knew? Oh, well, no, now you're just showing off, frankly. Clunk, 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 clunk. Now, where will this split me out? Will it be in the kitchen, or will it be in the hallway? Or the other hallway? It's the kitchen. Haha! That was a sneaky man. And I assume it's the same elevator that's at the top of the stairs here, so I'm interested to find out if that one's working now as well. Okay, if I'm reading that correctly, ads are about to happen. Doesn't look like I can access from this floor, so that's just the elevator shaft. I see. I see. So I need to dump some space, fetch that battery, wander all the way back to the courtyard. Very naughty Snickerman. Thought there was a quicker way to get to an item box here. Got confused as to where I was. That doesn't look right. It's kind of implying there's a... Yep, there's exactly that thing. Apparently that door was broken open at some point and I didn't realise. However, means we just go in here. And my chat just reloaded. Interesting. Let me double check that's still working. Okay. Now I can't remember if all the kerosene has been used from the tank in this room. I shall find out. Yep. Hopefully there's some in the, what do you call it? It's a table. In the table, indeed. Thank you, Nick. Excellent table spotting, and you'll be happy to know that someone has been doing the table spotting in your absence. I think it was between the borders. I cannot remember exactly. You're so proud. Look at what you have done. Okay, well, if there's none fuel, then not much point in holding on to that. Might as well have all the all the shells. Shells? Bullets. I'm so table. Another posture check and stretch? Fine. Ugh. Didn't even know chat had a magazine. Okay, apparently you're in your mid-afternoon need a nap, but punchy wit phase. That's so table. Ugh. I actually can't remember if I did the previous posture check and stretch, so... number one's not going to kill me. Well, I might if I don't remain upright while I do it. Okay, so what is there to do? Let me just double check what items I've got. Apart from the helmet key. Serum, which we didn't get to that guy in time because I forgot to pick it up. And a crank, which will be of no use unless I actually go back and get that battery. So maybe that. Well, that's interesting to me that the corridor we ducked into to get to this point, that used to be a separate room entirely. My Doom Doot shirt is the Doot shirt, and it's in a bit of a sorry state after several washes, but it does nevertheless say Doot, which I do enjoy. So yeah, it used to be that was a door. You would just go up to it like a normal door, loading screen, you're in a new place. And then a hunter appeared. Yeah. You say this like I've got a lot of red shirts. I don't have that many. You make a good point. I think it's just 2. Red is a good look. Certainly goes with this, I think. I will bear it in mind as a colour when the time comes to get new t-shirts, which does happen every so often, so the time will come. Right, so those are octagonal indentations, so that won't be the eagle crest we got, which I'm not still holding, am I? No. So, still uses left for the helmet key. Still more to go. Why am I getting Rube Goldberg vibes here? Elaborately fashioned globe. A very special subset of orb. Sad look in her eyes. Not today, no, I've got plenty. Not really been saving too often. Wash your red separately for the first wash. Can be a bit of a bleeding problem. This one seems to have gone fine. Even fewer purple shirts in my collection. Indeed that is. Got one that's navy. That's about the closest I've gotten. Something handwritten. It's not dated. Nothing's changed. I never thought that this room I designed as an experiment would pay off like this. I can hide here safely for a while because nobody knows about the secret behind this painting. Not even Sir Spencer. Painting of a mansion. In the back of the art room. That's not a mansion. That's not a mansion. Could this be a telescope? It looks to be pretty old. Okay, if it's a telescope then it's clearly not a Rube Goldberg thing. Some kind of internal organ inside. Can't tell whether it came from a human or an animal. And in this house, could be either. Could be either one, Jill. This building is what happens when you give Rube Goldberg a budget. Oh god, can you imagine? Is this the costume room? What's that? Jewelry box. Gib. A round recession approximately 4 centimeters in diameter. Now unusual, now unusual. And apparently I need an orb. I do not have an orb. The herbs growing here, don't need to use them now. What's this? Dagger. Yes. Thank you. Green herb. Which I'll just take right now, thank you very much, for I am lower on health than I would like. And this room is clear. Thing is, just thinking back to that description, a room behind a painting in the art room. We found that ages ago. Security company made serious bank every time Umbrella decided to expand. They must have done. Like, holy shit. Because that lot were fucking relentless. Okay, so good news, I only see one more potential helmet room on this floor. Bad news, it's guarded by a hunter, and I don't know for sure how many grenade rounds it takes to drop one of those. Evening, how goes surviving the zombies? Surviving so far, don't think there's been any deaths. We took more damage from hentai than expected, but... or needed to, as it turns out. There was a very simple solution to that problem that I'd missed. But otherwise, well, how you doing, Mick? Welcome in. Locked from the other side. Gosh darn. Ah! That is the elevator place. And did we specifically gear up to go in that room and then forget to go in that room? I think that is precisely what happened. Yes, there we go. You heard a video refer to the Umbrella logo as being made up of feathers and you are still confused. I too am confused. Helmet key. Hentai takes us all by surprise. Never a truer word spoken. Indeed. Oh. Oh, that's weird. Everywhere I look, the eyes seem to follow. It turns out there's a fucking reason for that, because they're literally following me. Alright, bird, use your eye. No? Don't know how it works. Okay, either that's a different desk or I was way off. Am I full up? No, I'm not. That means I should be able to get more grenade rounds. Sorry, grenade shells. Let's stick them in here. Bring it a bit closer, see what happens. Not as close as I thought, apparently. So I've got a feeling there's a jewel in that bird's eye. Bird's eye. That I can do stuff with. Elsewhere. I hope I don't need to shoot it out because all I've got is grenade and magnum rounds and I'd rather not waste either one of them. Alright, let's see what the thing says. It was a video about Miranda from Village, so maybe it was made of feathers in that and the logo was based on the pattern of the feathers. I think the logo pretty much shows up as you expect to see it in that game. Glinting item on the mantle there for many years. I see. I'd assumed that was... okay, just a dagger, but good eye. I thought it was part of this bird's whole gubbins. Mail to the Chief of Security. Confidential. Attention, Chief of Security. Date, July 22nd, 1998, 2:13. X-Day is drawing up on us. Execute the following procedures within 1 week. Prompt actions are demanded. 1. Lure stars to the estate and obtain BOW's raw combat data against stars. 2. Collect 2 embryos of each mutated specimens as samples, excluding the tyrant. Dispose of the tyrant. Wow, get wrecked, tyrant. 3. Ensure complete disposal of the Arkley laboratory, including all personnel and test animals. Disguise their deaths as an accident. When the above procedures are executed, report to headquarters for further instructions. If for some reason you are unable to execute the procedure by the deadline, report immediately. In case of emergency situations, report directly to the extension number 5691. Good luck, Umbrella Headquarters, Umbrella Inc. So, sneaking up on it doesn't buy me any benefit? No? Damn it. There's a switch here. Hello. Okay, hold on. That's interesting. Not sure if it's deliberate, frankly. Okay, so change of plans. There's STAERS to BOW, call LAURA. I mean, do we not want to recruit an STALKER for this job? I'm LAURABOW. God, Larabone BOW form, that'd be fucking formidable. And still thoroughly incompetent, so potentially hilarious. Well, not incompetent, just bumbling. That's a better word for it. Glowing red jewel, would you like to take it out? It's attached to something and refuses to budge. So, I'm starting to think it's not going to happen whilst the eagle's looking at it. Well, this could be troublesome. Well, let's work it out. Yeah, so locked itself up again. I want my shiny things. So turning off the light seems to just be for my benefit. Being able to see the glintiness. Okay, so it doesn't auto aim towards the thing. Well, it's worth a shot. That was fun. Good thing the zombies are too dumb to find the one room with an uninfected human in it and gather around outside. They do suck at this whole organisation things. They need a union, that's what they need. Okay, I'm not getting whatever big brain thing is required to solve that particular puzzle. So I shall have the most out of this room. What have I got on there? A puzzle box that I can't do anything with at the moment. Jill Valentine's Feng Shui Furniture Movers. We only sometimes set off grenade launchers. Okay, so, new plan. Go and basically use up the helmet key, because apparently there's still stuff that it will open. Come to think of it, I have yet to encounter anything that would require acid rounding, so I can leave those behind. So back upstairs. No, maybe that was a bit pointless actually, because there's nothing in the second floor that requires it. Except there may be something on the third floor, if I can get up there, that was it? A room door that was marked with a red. Where's this lead again? So put on headphones and the music stopped. Let's have some super clean audio. Well done. Thank you. Ah yes, there was helmet down the end of here, wasn't there? Yay! We finally used up the helmet key. And I can stop saying helmet. I might not. I have fewer reasons to say it now. Helmet. Collection of philosophy books, all about the eternal question of life and death. Apparently the people working here looked at that question and decided ¿Por qué los dos? ¿Por qué no los? That's all I'm saying. Oh, you fucker, you're meant to be dead. Right, I'm off. Bitch. Ow. That poisoned me and all. I'm going to be very grumpy if it did. No, it did not poison me, but I only have one health item, which is fewer than I would like considering fucking boss. Oh, piss. I need to check my health actually. Oh, no. You're a bit dribbly there, Mr. Snake. Ooh. Clutch that one. This is the thing get battered. I got the blue book, which means I will be getting another crest by the sound of things. Goes a bit. Yes. There we go. Other medal. Found inside blah blah book. Is there a special way to use it? There's nothing unusual. Anything else in here? Apparently so. Ah, now we have an easy route into that place the elevator took us, assuming the door's open. Or, you know, that would have been a nice shortcut to have. Anyway, we've used up the helmet key, but we can still go and fetch that battery. Go and use that in the courtyard. Does Big Snakes have a name? I should know this one. Alas, it's not coming to me. Hello, health. I like health. Help me, please. There we go. And yes, that's all the items. You repeat, poor Snaky. Not like there was any food item besides you left in the mansion that was safe to eat. I mean, we don't know about this, the Snaky boy's constitution. I think the snake is called Yawn. That's what's coming to mind. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I don't have a full, complete memory telling me that's what it's called, but that's what's surfacing, as it were. Quickest way down would be full steam ahead. So yeah, maybe Snaky would get away with eating the zombos. Or the noisy crows. It is also a possibility. Large bird cage, deed raven, and a lot of crows singing the Song of Sorrow. Which is fair enough, really. They're pals, dude. Okay, do I have inventory space? Can I hit the right button to check that? Not the first two times, it would seem. So I am going to drop off those two healthy herbies. Maybe pick up a more powerful one, because I won't need 4 mixed herbs for any particular boss battle, I don't think. Wouldn't doubt the zombie smell of disease, which most animals would instinctively avoid if they aren't specifically carrying carriers. That is a fair point. And dump the medal as well. Ah, you know what, it's been a while. We can have a little as save as a treat. Barry would be a better meal than Jill, so long as he left his handgun behind. Because, granted, I don't think dual wielding a gun of that size is a good idea, but you'd feel safer having 2 of them, you know? Oh, I'm gonna have to actually switch out to the acid shells, because otherwise I am going to run out. And that is my primary weapon at the moment. I think that's terrifying. Crows have funerals, recognize people, and I believe seek revenge. It does sound like them. Okay, so... Processing. Not sure where I'm going. Okay, so we're going down to the kitchen. We're going back up that elevator. We're probably going to acid round a zombie, which kills me, but I think I value magnum rounds more than I do acid rounds. I don't know exactly what the numbers are on those, but that's what I'm thinking. I also went the wrong way in this room, so, you know, maybe take everything I say with a grain of salt. No, acid rounds kill zombie. I've no doubt they kill zombie, I'm just wondering which one's more valuable in a boss fight. Because, really, should be taking these things down with bullets or shotgun shells. Just take the long way around. Could probably get away with slicker moves, but I don't feel practiced enough to try and pull that off. Why you're happy to treat crows with respect. And why not? They're smart birds. Come here, bastards. Oh, for fuck's sake. Forgot to burn them. Okay, don't mind so much using an acid round on them. And this is the Nobilis. This is the eunuch door. Imagine if Jill had been super nice to a bunch of crows and then in the intro video had everyone else running away while the zombie dogs chasing Jill were lifted away by a bunch of crows. I would love to see that in New Game Plus myself. With this you can operate the elevator. Narrow it down for his game with encounters at least 2. Okay, we're hearing a lot of support for this New Game Plus mode intro adjustment. Hey, those mutts are being jerks to the nice lady with the good knobs and the fancy beret. Get him! Aha, you little shit. Might it be quicker going this way? It might be quicker going this way. In any case, I'm feeling adventurous, so let's see where it leads. And let's see if we actually burned both of those bodies. Or just the one. Nope, we got them in one. Sweet, I never knew that, honestly. I had no idea you could burn 2 bodies at once. Makes sense, I guess, if you're pouring the kerosene in the same place. Same general vicinity. Kinda makes sense. Inside the cardboard box lies the discarded shell of a molting spider. Delightful. Shotgun shells. It is! Yay! And come to think of it, Well, at least use up those shelves. Shelves? Shells. So that we free up an inventory slot. Okay. Yeah. We expect video game logic to take over, but for once, fire actually burned things. Okay, this was not a shortcut at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, let me have a look at the map when we're down here. Apparently there are still items here. I must investigate. Let's be careful though. These corridors are really long and curvy. Ooh, a map. I got the map. And now this place is clear. Time to leave it forever. Let's here lift the lady out of there. She looks kind of heavy, but those extra pockets come with downsides. Especially considering all the damp environments we've been through, those things must be swimming in water by now. Power supplies already back online. Oh, that's great, but I'm looking for items. 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 I mean, if anything, Chris has even more pockets than Jill. There we go. There was the hidden item. And there we go. Yeah. She is a soggy gal. She's had a hell of a night of it. You know, sogginess, zombies, hunters. Whoever the fuck that cabin monster was that hasn't been revealed yet. Well, maybe slightly revealed yet. Okay, just remind myself. I'm pretty sure we'll encounter an item box on the way, or close enough to it. You know, now I say that out loud, I'm not so sure. We may have to detour to an item box. No, looks like there's one goddamn item box in the entire fucking place. Okay, I will get one inventory slot back. I'm just gonna go for it. Fine. Encounter something to get rid of that grenade round. Fair enough. If not, bleh. Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Sleep it down, net. Now, Pixie Coo. Slip well. Okay, so we're gonna free up some space. Reload some guns, and probably stick the Magnum back in the box because don't really need it anymore, or not right now anyway. Nor do we need the ammunition. In fact, I have this sneaking suspicion that one, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'd rather not do this, but given it's one 9mm round, I'm kind of happy to just, you know, get that out of here. Put that back for now. We will take the medals. we will need the crank as well, which unfortunately means we have no room left, and we shall have to YOLO it from there. At least RE tells you when an item isn't needed anymore, as opposed to Alone in the Dark. Indeed, and we've gone for this too many times. Wait, what? Huh. Whomst repaired the doorknob. Very unusual. Oh, hi pal. Well, that frees up an inventory slot. Oh, wait, cheating! Illegal! Thought I could still hear him. I didn't hear the stretchy noise. At least you don't have the Code Veronica, oops, Chris needs all these things moments. Indeed. There are several reasons I decided to skip over Code Veronica. That was one of them. Oh, delicious items I don't have the room for. Okay, so... Hello.
If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me? Shit, it's broken.
One moment. Just fill up this thing. So, Brad's trying to get back in touch, get back on our good graces after fucking fleeing in a helicopter, the little shit. Maybe we'll forgive him, maybe we won't. We shall have to see. I'll be honest, I don't know what ending I'm gonna go for here. There's a couple that are based upon your actions. And I don't happen to remember all the conditions. Nor do I feel it'd be right to look them up. Like, if I've forgotten them, I can play this as close to sight unseen as possible. Brad realised if any of them survive this, they will complain and my butt will be fired. Well, look who's come crawling back. Spinning, but flying back. He's a helicopter. I'm gonna get poisoned again, aren't I? Okay, new plan. The plan is gun. Yeah. God fucking damn it. One of them always lands in front of me and then just gets that hit in. It's like apparently inevitable. Dagnabbit. Like, taking off when the dog showed up was the proper move, as helicopters are shockingly breakable. Yeah, they're like professional wrestling referees. I don't need to use them. Wow. That's, that doesn't happen often when it comes to those things. Okay, so I killed everything here. That was a good idea of mine. Back tree. Oh god, there was a terrible joke I heard the other day. Of, Robin, hand me the battery. Batman? What's a tree? I guess that makes more sense if you pronounce it Terry. Well, fuck that one. Oh well. New plan. The plan is gun. I'd be surprised if a quote like that wasn't already in there. Those are not good noodles. Those... They're not even danger noodles. They're just fucking annoying noodles. Anyway. We do the water. The sound of the waterfall seems to have stopped. See? Water. But now, we can go down the elevator. But you should have hovered over the mansion, trying instantly to get in contact. Nuisance noodles. Noodlesenses. Noodlesenses. I don't know how it's possible for my tongue to go cross-eyed, but it feels like what's happened. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, helicopters shockingly breakable. They're like professional wrestling referees. One light breeze and it just falls straight down. And we're going into caves. Nothing bad has ever happened in caves. And suddenly you're craving pasta. Yum yum. Yum 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 yum. It's okay, you think your fingers went cross-eyed when you were trying to type those things. We're kind of in the same boat then, fair enough. Just going into random doors here. I have to say, this cave system was a hell of a lot better than it did in the PS1 iteration. Like, even in the context of PlayStation 1 graphics, and even in the context of Resident Evil 1 backgrounds, the cave system in that game looked fucking horrible. Oh, there's power source. There's a round lid. What this? Some sort of key to start the power supply. Symbols are carved into the side of it. These symbols, they're Roman numerals. They're not the most unusual thing to find. A huge gaping hole. Wonder what it was dug for. Not for me, I hope. It's way bigger than requirements. Also, I hope there's an item box down here, because I'm not going to be able to pick up anything unless I fire off an entire magazine. You'd be more surprised if a good thing ever happened in Cave.
Is that you, Jill?
Something happens at the end of Colossal Cave Adventure,
Is that
right?
voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Stop! Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
Not the time, Enrico.
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico!
Yeah, surely an officer would react to a gunshot quicker than that.
Who?
Is this really the time to ask about my relationship status? Exactly. Why does my dating life mean anything? Well, apparently they could be arsed voicing this line. Wait, he's holding something. Piss. May have jumped the gun with taking these emblems with me. Oh, hiya, pal. Oh, piss. Piss, 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 piss. Yeah, he's done. And I very nearly am too, so might as well use this and go back for that crank. Which he was holding for some reason. Also, wow, a gun was fired maybe 5 feet from you. Chase after the shooter, you silly. we did all have a bit of same brain on that one, has to be said. Nothing unusual. So, what's special about this one? Ah, it's octagonal. Or hexagonal. Icon shapes. Big same brain energy going on there. No. Apparently there is items. Apparently I know there's a typewriter item box. But have I been to that room? How would I know otherwise? You know what they say, great minds think. So let's find that item box. Frankly, I don't even know if this is the way I came, but more pressing issues. Like seeing if I can take one of these things on with a pistol. Or I can run. Yeah, run sounds good. Ah, I have been in this room. That would explain what happened. Also, who the hell set up an item box down here? Seriously. Jump the gun with this. Don't need them right now, I would presume. Let's swap that out with a grenaded launcher. And come back for the acid rounds later. Let me get closer, damn it. There we go. Yes, no, it seems like good save time. Okay, I'm gonna give this another hour, but on that note, I'm gonna have another little break. And I shall... Well, I'll do that and I'll see you in a little bit.
Yes, hello, friend. What? Oh, took my toy. Oh no, it's exactly what he's like. Oh, I take it. No, take it back. Take it back. Off Google. Missed. So I believe there's one more zombie in my path. Yeah. She got confused because the head crab jumped in her way. Pathfinding no understand. There's something in my way. I turn that.
Who's it gonna be?
Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime. What? Ada, wait!
To get out of here with that herbal essences ad shit.
Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere now. Let's try that. Oh my god, where did we end up?
Yes! There we fucking go. There we fucking don't. Nobody clips that. I cannot take the shame.
And in one of its slightly odder moves, the game will just sit here while I press forward on the controller. The stop button. Mary, wake up. Yeah, Hen, look, there's a party. Look, you need to get ready, Hen, you look a mess.
Nick will be happy that there's more for. Indeed he will. We'll have to remind him about that. In fact, do it multiple times because, I mean, what if he forgets? We can't take that risk. Cue you clipping this so that I get the blame when this event inevitably comes up.
Hey, where are you? I heard him. You heard him.
No, I heard you talk about him.
Oh, there he is. He's between my legs. Ah! Don't lick!
Ah, it's all tasty.
Greetings, everyone.
it with my ankle, but still.
It is I, Kikoski, welcoming you to the stream.
No, they didn't in 2004.
There we go.
Oh, really? I took damage from that? Her heat's off. So is his heat. I should deal with that. So I've got it in my head that you have to like keep up the damage with these things. It might regenerate it a little bit if given enough time. And I'm not sure that... Oh! Because I'd already set the other one to west, of course. That's the last thing I tried. Way! The last gaps of destruction. Also Cerberus. A good puppy if ever we saw one. Actually, three-headed, so it's like triple the good puppy. You know, I don't think anything good comes from a family house having a cemetery.
Changing up difficulty. Terminator. Yes, that's what I thought. Puppy! How do I pet? Oh, angry puppy.
You demand perfection, Iki. The kind you'd get on your own stream. Okay. How's that? Like that? Worse or better? Honestly, I still feel a little bad about that clip, but the person I'm talking about has not expressed any particular aversion to it, so if they do, absolutely I'll get rid of it, but until then, in the rotation it remains. Welcome back. Well, thank you very much, DD. No, how's Gaby been gone all that time? So long. Warner Brothers. Oh, egg on my face. Right, so I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get to the end this stream, meaning next stream I shall have to figure out something else for us to do. Yep, I was right, that's where it goes. And that was through here. And give us access to another herb. I like herb. I will take. Oh. Yes, he did sound like a cozy bed companion. Oh boy, I have fewer mixed herbs than I would like. I'll save some of those. 4 mixed herbs seemed like overkill to go into a boss fight with. 3 mixed herbs, yeah, that's getting on the low side. Let's see what's through here. Afterlife happened yesterday. The other half happened to someone else. Time is a scam. It's just Big Clock trying to sell you things. Oh. A big ass boulder. A bushy bed companion, but cuddly bed. Oh, Big Ben's in on it, Wilco Web. Let me tell you. And the amount of kickbacks that Big Ben gets from it, just, oh, it would make you sick. Okay, does this open anything up? Sort of. Yeah. Elizabeth Towers clock, I guess. Is that what it's called? Oh, piss. I'll have acid rounds at least. Sorry, it's spider time once again, apparently. Oh, I am not equipped for this. Oh, time to... Oh, fucking hell. I would like to not be wrecked quite this quickly, thank you. Clock Tower was renamed Elizabeth Tower in 2012. Big Ben is the nickname of the Great Bell in the tower. I did not know that. I think I just assumed this was all British bullshit that I had no idea about. I am just gonna reload a save, thank you very fucking much. Eight legs, 8 legs! Yeah, you kid did a presentation on it. On that specific spider. I didn't even realise she played this game. Okay, so we need Not this. We do need that. Probably want that. That. And
Reinforcements
let's
have
take
arrived.
the shotted gun as well. Oh bloody hell, even more raid.
Oh,
Zion!
he made such a sad noise when I hit him. Oh, I feel a bit bad now. How you doing, Bobs? Me!
You!
Ooh, soldier boy.
Demi Gorgon, tell him.
No! Oh, shit. Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi.
Run, Zion.
Just keep
Run.
doing your thing, Zion.
I'm doing it.
Ah, Dibida. It brings such excessive nonsense and yet we enjoy it. So, hello Zion Real, thank you ever so much for the raid. How was your Arkham? And yes, the Jill sandwich. And actually I'm going to go back and dump that herb. Demogorgon, I know. How are we getting on? We're in the caves. The bloody caves, which granted they look a hell of a lot better and easier to navigate than they did in the original version of this game, but nevertheless just feel like a bit of a pain in the fuck, if I'm being honest. But yes, thank you ever so much. Yeah, it's probably worth doing the intro. Hello, I'm Mickey Foo. I play a bit of everything, just basically whatever the hell takes my fancy. Hey, huge boulder, let's punch it. Actually, no, change my mind, let's not punch it. Usually found in the realms of retro. If it's not obvious, I'm from Scotland. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. And currently we are going through the Resident Evil remakes. And I'll need to factor in a couple of different games in between, but my hope is that we'll get through all of these remakes in time for Resi 4 remake coming out, which would be happy nice. Let's just equip that, thank you very bloody much. So yeah, we are caves and we are about to fight a big bloody spider, so if you don't want to see that, I would highly advise looking away when I go through this door. Excuse me. Your favourite Monty Python and the Holy Grail CD-ROM joke. Who would win in a fight? The Queen of England or Tyrannosaurus Rex? Depending on how much prey the Queen was digesting when she initiated the attack. You gave a thug a free vasectomy. Well, that could be at any point during the game, frankly. Especially if it was vehicle-based. You may have bought some things on Dibida, and no doubt that'll mean we stop playing it. Well, I guess I'll find out next time we play it. In the Raccoon City, Boulder punches you. Deus Ex, maybe? Sorry, what's that in reference to? There we go, got the hydrate in. Oh no, time to go audio only for a minute. Poor timing indeed. It's a solid punch. Also, threatening someone with the Batmobile's spinning rear tire during an interrogation. Oh, I remember that one. I have to say, watching you play it has kind of made me want to go back to it. I don't know why. I went and got the true ending. I did all the bullshit you need to do to make that happen. And yet, it's just like, yeah,
What is glass but tortured sand?
What? Well, what indeed, Pickle Dog. Thank you very much for the redeem. Batman is an animal. He bloody well is. And yet, I kind of feel like I want to go back. I don't know why. It wasn't even that long ago that I completed it. Like, probably no more than a year and a half. Yeah, so we're about to go through the door. If you don't want to see spiders, now's a good time to go audio only. I'll let you know when we get back out. Thankfully you raided when you did, because otherwise I would have gone into that room sight unseen and just encountered spiders. Playing some more things to pace out Silent Hill for the 4 remake. Are you mixing up Silent Hill and Resident Evil? Is that what's going on? I could Deus Ex again. Waiting for the Papaya Chemist to pop up RE Batman. Oh god, yeah. If you don't know, Papaya Chemist did QA testing on at least Arkham Asylum. This has got a really good... In fact, I have not done this enough, so we do a shout out, see what comes up. Clip. Clip.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh, bloody hell, Harvester.
Now, how about if I get the fuck out of here? See, I guess that'll be the, oh.
That, kids, is arson. It's also arson done badly. You're meant to other things on fire, not yourself on fire. Just Arkham Asylum, yeah. Haven't even played any of the other games. Yeah, she's got a great playthrough on our YouTube channel. If you want to go ahead and link it, Biochemist, be my guest. Where she just, relates some QA stories regarding the game. Including one, which I won't spoil, about the hidden room that foreshadows another game in the series. I was about to say, I hope it's on YouTube, because, I don't want that to be lost forever. That was great. Anyway, we're heading through the door. If you don't want to see spiders, audio only for a little bit, okay? Yeah, the hidden room which nobody told you about. Exactly. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bastard spider room. Still an animal. Still an absolute animal. It's okay, the Batmobile only electrocutes enemies at like 80 fucking mile an hour. Oh, he's a big lad. And I think I just shot his arse out. So yeah. Oh. There's one on the ceiling. And no, there isn't. We're still alive, mind you, but... Okay, we're still in the room. All the spiders are dead. So... that influences your decision, fair enough. If not, I'll let you know when we leave. Huge spider web blocks the door. This sounds like a job for a survival knife. And literally no other job because it's a goddamn knife. Oh, another one crept out. Yeah, I'm just going to run back to the item box. Okay, we're out of the bastard room. But yes, you did mix up Resident Evil and Silent Hill. I will never forgive you, obviously, being the big Resident Evil fan that I am. Which bloody way am I going? There we are. So let advert play out. Away with you, survival knife. Wait, it gave us 2? I didn't remember that. Oh dear. How very silly. Obviously we won't need grenade rounds if we don't have a grenade launcher. Yeah, won't need a mixed herb because I didn't even take damage that time. Herb is perfectly fine. Resident Hill and Silent Evil. Yeah, I see the joke now. I completely missed it. Yes, we'll try going through doors. So, back in the spider room. I'll be running through it fairly quickly though, so... There you go. I did like Arkham Asylum when I first played through it. However, and I said this in your stream the other day, if I were going back to old games in the series, it would be Arkham City or Arkham Knight, honestly. That's the ones I was picked. I would pick them. Okay, you were confused, wondered why Silent Hill 4 was getting a remake and you hadn't heard about it. I mean, who would do that, honestly? I kind of look at Silent Hill 4 as an exercise in torture and not much else. As soon as I learned about that goddamn doll, I was playing it with friends as well. They'd played through it before and I was giving it a go with their sort of guidance and watching. And when it came to that doll, I was just like, nah, fuck all of this. Right, hang on. This looks like I can hide in there. So I'll provoke the boulder. Okay, that didn't appear to set it off like it did the other one. Yeah, worth a shot. Spin this again, because clearly different things will happen by doing so. Okay, so the camera changed to indicate that a thing had opened. Crunch. There we go. Silent Hill 4 is your second favourite Silent Hill. Shattered Memories is your favourite. Shat Mems is great, you liked that one a lot. All of Silent Hill is an experiment. True. 4 isn't the best, but it's not bad either. Definitely does mean things to the player, see the doll. But all the Silent Hill games do bullshit like that. It is such bullshit though. You get attacked forever because you picked up a doll. Fuck's sake. Mostly an Eastern group being able to do Western type horror. Oh, hello. Right, what's this? Hexagonal hurl. You make block appear. What that for? Ah, they are shovable. Goddess statue smiles silently back at you. Well, I feel better already. Origins is the worst one in your honest opinion. We haven't played Homecoming or Downpour yet. Here Homecoming is terrible, but Downpour is decent. You get Sid doll from the bad guy though. No, the one I'm thinking of is just sitting on the stairs. Maybe his, but... See, what can I do with any of this? Other than push it a bit and see what's behind it. Because I can't move it any further into the room. Does this one not move? I will absolutely be resetting this puzzle, I fear. Damn it! Got me. Oh, I get it now. I think at that point you don't know Sid dolls from the bad guy though. Okay. I guess, but for fuck's sake. And as a seasoned video game player, your first instinct is to trust every NPC and take every item. It's adventure game standard for sure. But I think he's identified as Walter at that point. I don't know. Okay, I've got the rest of this puzzle now. Yeah, I've only played Silent Hill 4 that once, and I did not complete it. I think I learned most of the story, and I've looked it up since. But, yeah, that's the extent of my experience. There we go. I do a spin too. Spin for you, spin for me. Excellent. Pushing forever. We go for 2 and 3 fine. Those are... I'm not going to say enjoyable, considering some of the themes that come up in Silent Hill 2, but you know what I mean. Definitely engaging. Whereas Silent 4 just felt cruel, frankly. Yay! It has a thing. Cylinder, so that'll go with the shaft we got earlier. Yeah, so shouldn't add a random item we can pick up. In fact, that is signposted that puts the game in a fail state. That was my core gameplay loop. It's not a fail state exactly, but it does make the game much harder. Nope. What's in the first aid box? A full ass spray. Which we don't need to use right now, so we shall not. Uninvited does that, if you recall. Yeah, just leave it like that. That seems like the most convenient position. Yes. It's a gem or something you can pick up which kills you a few turns later and there's no indication of whatsoever that will happen. That's just mean. I don't like it. I wish they would do not that thing. Okay, so we'll do a combination. Map of the courtyard, basement 1. Excellent. Got the map. Okay, it's more valuable if I take a blue herb at this point because I have other green herbs I can call upon should the need arise. I believe this is the spider room, so we'll get through that quickly. Didn't see any spiders, but we're out of the room now. You only found out recently that not everyone saw all the autoerotic messaging with shattered memories. That was all based on your choices. Did make the game memorable in your mind though, but it bloody would, wouldn't it? There's only a certain level of haunt one can put into a game before it starts sticking out in the mind. And Dee Dee doing good work once again, making sure I am hydrated. No, you're not wrong. That is bloody mean. It's just like, you pick this up, you die. Hoped you saved, fucker. Right, so it's a shaft. Combine. Symbols of card while I turn it. Okay, this could take a while. Had an indie game you loved, but it had hideous technical issues. One design issue, however, was picking up an artifact that slowly corrupted your vision until it became unplayable. I mean, I've heard of games using that as copy protection, but Jesus Christ. I will not turn it. It's fine as is. I'm kind of assuming that this will be used in this form soon. In fact, I could go back to where I picked it up. Ah, yes, there was another item here. Okay, let's stash that. Let's save, actually. Why not? In fact, shall mix the herbs. You got there, and you come out, and it's safe. Safe happen. But yeah, I am unsure about the thing that makes the game completely unplayable. Like Silent Hill 4, it made it harder. That was mean. Sounds like Uninvited just wanted you dead. It's quite an old school game design trope that I'm glad is vamoosed. Oh, it's a bastard. And I might be taking my face off in a second. Nope. Oh, piss. Shot a little too late and I got slashed. Still, acid shells. A large boulder blocks the way. There are bloodstains under the boulder. Well, let's start merrily jaunting down this way. No, didn't set off the boulder? Okay. Still eyeing it warily though. You love that shattered memories changes based on your choices, not that anybody kills you without telling you. Yes, that would have been what I assumed you meant also. So, I know somebody's going to say this. If I don't, I'm going to insert my hard shaft into the hole. Series of flashing buttons. Press one, just any of them. Well, I'm out of ideas. Hang on, did it move it? Oh dear. I spent so long putting that into alignment. Oh, nearly one more than I needed to. I don't know what the HH eyes are meant to represent. Am I trying to get stuff in the quote bot now? Never! Not once. Deedly. I'm not putting stuff into a quote bot. La la la. Okay, so. Wait, why does it keep resetting this? I think there's supposed to be suggestive eyebrow waggles. Ah, gotcha. Twist the shaft gently. No, don't twist the shaft. It'll fucking come off at the hinge. So it just goes 4, 3, 2, 1. Unless I'm meant to keep twisting it until something happens. Which maybe I should. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck all. Okay, I'll just keep twisting it until something happens then. Oh, I may have assumed. 4, 2, 3, 1. Silly me. What? So I'm supposed to twist the shaft hard and fast like... Oh, it broke off. Why are you screaming? Power restored. And what manner of bastard does this bring to us? Nothing, apparently. Okay. But what manner of bastard will I find below?
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this.
Called an elevator, Barry.
Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
Also, have I wandered into a boss situation without the appropriate gun? I may have.
What the hell is that sound?
Hopefully not another giant snake, Barry. Or it could be
Go check it
one
out.
of those... You go and check it out. That gun's bigger than your face.
I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Or it could be a giant spider. Or it could be a giant dog. Well, I've got some acid rounds. I've also got nothing in this shotgun. Why have I got it equipped? Pile of sandbags. I'm sure your life is enriched for knowing that. Ah, thankfully there is an item box. And I feel this is a revolver situation. Which will be interesting to see how big this thing looks on her character model. Yeah, I think Barry's gun is bigger. So apparently there is items around here. That's a door. Items. Items. No items. I want items. We can go down or we can go through the door. Neither of which is particularly appealing because it's probably bastards on both sides. Noises. Oh! Hello again. Lever. Of course I'll pull it. I remember how mist worked. Shit, I don't have the room for it because I didn't put away the shotgun like I really should have done. Maybe I'll just be not here. Barry, have you ever heard of a buddy system? You know, teamwork? Or did you learn that off of Brad? So there's a box. Is this weight based? Device for transporting materials. Start it up. Well, the way it goes, I don't know what I was expecting. A handgun that big seems deeply impractical, or at the very least horrifically unergodynamic. Here, imagine you need to lay that fucker over your forearm to use. I don't know if that would help. Also, the elevator is a lot less noisy on the way back, or it was until I was halfway through that sentence. So I think this box clearly needs to be on that thing. But for why, I do not know yet. A handgun like that would be like one shot, goodbye wrist. It does seem that way. I could kick like 12 mules. In fact, the most likely scenario is one shot and you just recoil it straight into your face. Right, so apparently I can only start it up whilst I'm at it. Also, you accidentally made up the word ergodynamic. It's self-evident dynamics. Ergo. That doesn't make sense. I'm just making shit up at this point as well. So allegedly there's items here, but I cannot see where. Boxes are labelled chemicals. You realise for a company the size and speciality of Umbrella, the broad label of chemicals might not be all that useful. Here, I give you a box. Give me nice things. No monsters. They're ridiculous, but they're that big and heavy to absorb recoil. Still nonsense. Oh, hiya. I just happen to know, thankfully, that using a bunch of ammo at this juncture is not a good idea. Mechanical hook. So apparently I need to place something to get through that. So I can hear her, but I cannot see her. Right, so I will try the other exit from that room, what became doing.
Barry!
You little shit. Barry, why? Everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this world. Let's go with that. That sounds like a good thing to have right now. Where am I going down to though? It looks like there's just water down there. Okay, it's not all water. But now I have a box. This is the puzzle of the box. Do we need to do a crunch on the box? Maybe we do. Or maybe that's to keep the garbage compactor in place so we can climb on it. Shove, 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 shove. Come on, Jill, put your back into it. We're on a time limit here. Okay, I don't know what this is actually going to do. I should probably stand back. Or not. Is that a flamethrower? Also, how did that not explode when you crushed the box? Oh, it's a broken flamethrower. Great. Well, question answered, I guess. Muzzle is broken, it can't be fired. I mean, I'm sure it can be fired, it's just it might blow up in your hands. Apparently there's still items around here that I haven't found yet. Anyway, I think I know the stratagem from here. Question is, one, do I need that crank really? Two, do I need more health? I think I will more health. Yeah, I'll go with the mixed herbs, why not? It's irritatingly, can I save down here? Okay, so find my way to that door. Avoid the large monster. Oh great, she's in my way. Unless... Aha! Here, wall, have a broken flamethrower. Stuck inside the hole. Oh, shit, what does that mean? Oh, piss. Ow. Backhanded. Oh, shit. That was a hefty hit. Maybe I am meant to take her down, I'm not sure now. Didn't seem that way at first, but potentially. Okay, I'm not going to combine these right now because I can make one more mixed herb out of these when I get back to the item box. Full of gunpowder, but so damp they're probably of no use. So, not an exploding barrel, unfortunately. There's allegedly something in here somewhere. And I would like it, thank you, please. It certainly I've got... Oh, hello. Yes. Aha, stash! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Am I really meant to take on the big monster at this point? I feel like that's wrong, but... Not sure what else to do at this point. He said the hook was stuck inside something, and I can't think of anything that I've got that would change that situation. Nothing that would pry it back out. Nope, I'm over here now. Right, let's look at it again. Some kind of mechanical hook. The hook is stuck inside the hole. What the hell else could it be then? Aside from going to the item box and seeing what I have. This, of course, is an item in this room that I haven't picked up yet, because there is something in there that would aid in such an endeavour. No way back, Barry Y. Barry, why indeed? Okay, so dump you there. There's a healthy amount of handgun ammo. Love it. Is that thing what you love seeing with your eyes? And what the hell else can I do with this? Muzzle's broken, can't be fired. Not seeing a reason to keep it in here if I can't stick it on that hook. And I don't see anything that would get it out unless... maybe the survival knife again? Okay, have a wee hunt around for items while I'm here. Clunk. Clunk, 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 clunk. Supplies, waste materials, blah 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 blah, waste materials, blah 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 blah. No need to play with this anymore. I mean, I feel a little called out with your choice of language there, although frankly you're not wrong. Look, if there is an item about, I have no idea where it is. No, we don't seem to be able to send this elevator back, so wherever the thing is that solves this whole equation, seems like we already have it. Yes, pallet sandbags, pallet sandbags. No items. Keep items. Keep. It's the really irritating part about this is I have to solve whatever's going on here because I can't save otherwise. And I would just have to do all this again. Right. I feel like the flamethrower is the right size for putting on the hooks. It's just a matter of getting those hooks to be more hooks. More so than they are currently being. Just because the shotgun might fit on there as well, I don't know. I swear to God, if we were meant to go keep the broken shotgun from the house that I never picked up, because I had assumed that was the solution to that puzzle where the roof comes down. You know, the whole Jill sandwich situation. If it turns out to be something you use here... Ow! Didn't think that one through at all. I took less damage this time. Oh, they're not on her. Jesus, that's gonna do fuck all. Alright. You're getting at least one of these. Only for the purposes of getting the fuck out the way. And technically we just threw away 5 perfectly good bullets here, but don't even worry about it. Oh, hang on. I forgot about this lever. So I screwed myself in the first instance, it would seem. What kind of door requires you to give the gift of flamethrower? Aside from a wooden door, obviously. Oh, good. Everything about this is so normal. It's died out, but it shows signs of use. So maybe we set that on fire. Dolls are all faded and worn. Well, I hate this. Don't know about yous. Maybe don't go down there right away. I've been soaked enough for one stream, let alone for one game. Desk is cluttered with old beat up dolls and used candles. Dolls. Yep, normal, perfectly normal and good. Like, I mean, I thought the situation up in the mansion was normal, but this has become even more normal. Well, out for it. Time to get my gun wet, I guess. Oh, fuck you, snakes. We don't have time for your shit. Go do noodle things. Bed is still warm. Disturbing. Aha. We have part of a thing. Family picture and notes. Something written on the back. November 10th, 1967. Progenitor virus administered. Jessica. Administered virus type A. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion negative. Action disposed. Lisa. Administered virus type B. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion positive but delayed fusion. Body modification observed constant results. Status continue protective observation. George. Action terminated November 30th, 1967. There's a journal left by someone. November 14th, 1967. I feel dizzy after that shot they gave me. I don't see Mom. Where did they take her? She promised that we would escape together. Did she escape alone and leave me behind? November 15th. I found Mom. We ate together. I was very happy. But she was a fake. Not my real Mom. Same face but different inside. Have to find Mum. Have to give face back to Mother. I got Mum's face back. Nobody can have my mum except me. I attach her face to me so she doesn't go away. Because Mum's sad when I meet her without her face. November 17th, 1907. From inside box sent of Mummy. Maybe true Mother there. Stone box hard. It hurt. Still rope in the way. Can't see Mother because for stones. So if you're still wondering what the big lumbering beast is, it might be about to become clear. This too is normal and good. Like, so normal. Like, I don't think I've seen a more normal thing in my life. It's worrying how normal it is. Phone now dies at 37% battery. Great. Jesus. That sounds a bit like a Duff battery. This entire house. Gremlins. Oh. So here we are. Here is where we is. Dump stuff, and there, and there. And I do believe 11 o'clock is a good place to call it. Ah yes. Here we have the inked ribbon. Progress, use inked ribbon. And we'll do that. So, end screen with a nice bonfire in the background. Audio wise, because, you know, visually it's just this. It's just a static screen. I think I would have thought of something better to put in for a bye-bye screen, but thus far I have not bothered. Okay, tell me you're not finishing up, my friends. I'll hopefully figure this out soonly. Thank you for being here. I very much appreciated. And I think we can all agree a time was had. What the hell, I never get the chance to raid anyway, so we're gonna raid 8-Bit Goggles. I believe he's actually just finishing at the moment. He's certainly showing credits, but you'll know someone we can get passed on to. So I'm gonna make it his problem, because I'm terrible, apparently. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Rizalka, for the subscription. Thank you, Between the Borders, for the subscription. Thank you, damn it, What was the name again? Because I'm going to get it wrong otherwise. Kikoskia for the raid. Thank you, Dee Dee, for directing the raid. Thank you all for being here. It was a great time. And I shall see you all again soon. And be nice to Goggles. Bye.
God, Dead Cells music is so good. Having purple eyes puts you in a strange mood. Okay, that's fair. Icky! Everyone is raiding me. Oh, beautiful. Hey, Icky. Hello, everyone from Icky Stream. It is all the raids. All of them.